run and many ways to die. Arise, and I shall stand still and behold salvation with my own
Shalom, y'all.
eyes.
We'll be starting soon.
And his enemies be scattered. 4 ways to run and many ways to die. Arise, I shall stand still and behold Jesus Christ when he cracks the sky. Nicholas told them sorry, but we don't deal with bombs and ammunitions, no. We don't know too
We
many
will be starting momentarily.
we don't have no big affiliations. We run up in on the secret place and make
just getting everything situated.
Pity thing them never know. When they touch we, they touch the Lord's anointed, and that is true. We've been marrying true for tonight.
Let's see how the audio is, and we're gonna get it crack-a-lacking.
4 ways to run and many ways to die. Arise, and I shall stand still and behold salvation draw at night. When Jah arise, all his enemies are scattered. 4 ways to run and many ways to die.
Okay, we're gonna get this going, y'all.
On the day of judgment, I want to be leaning on the Lord's side.
Some will listen me sorry. For those who did not play with the mantle where them a carry. For those who lose the faith and a big.
All right, y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom. You're watching Spiritual Combat. I'm Michael Israel, and as you could tell by the title, we have a good topic of discussion. And the title is Obstacles to Obedience. Okay. And we're gonna really go in on that and how really this is one of those core level topics that which you're gonna find really trying to get this camera positioned correctly. Yeah, that's one of those core level topics that really tie in to a lot of things. It's one of those core level things that can make or break you, and that's obstacles to obedience. I want to say shalom to y'all. All right, Julie said we are a 10 here, so that's good. The audio is good. Hopefully the video quality is good. I'm going to get my notes over here, and we're going to get started soon. Hold on one sec. All right. So what we're discussing are the obstacles to obedience. And while this topic probably seems very simple and straightforward, and what I find is a lot of people, they hold on one sec. Something else just came. Okay. So while a lot of people might feel like they are obedient or think they're obedient, what you find is that's not the case. And that even ties into myself. Same thing. I've been going through, still am going through a stage of ever increasing obedience to the truth, to the word. But what you find is, in particular, our people are particularly disobedient, but that's written about in the book, in Yah's word. So what I'll do real quick, go to a verse. Hold on one sec. Let me okay. What I'll do here is go to a verse or to a whole chapter that emphasizes my point. Okay. And of course, that's Ezekiel Chapter 2. It's a whole chapter and he's talking to him, and he's telling him about us, Israel as a nation. And what this video is going to do is, you know, I read this and then I saw this stuff in myself. So with this video, what I'm gonna do is just go through stuff I've seen that I've had to overcome, or I'm overcoming, that I saw in myself that you just don't even realize is there. So let's go through the nature of Israel and why we're under the curses we're under right now. So it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, and this is Ezekiel chapter 2. I'm starting at verse 1. I might skip ahead. It don't matter. The whole chapter is about how rock-headed we are. So listen. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand up, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me even unto this very day, for they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house. What you should do, it's a short chapter. Read through that whole chapter and watch how many times he repeats that we are rebellious and stiff-hearted and all that on through there. And then there's another chapter, I think it's Ezekiel chapter 10, where the same thing. He goes into that again. And then basically when you read through the Old Testament, you see just a continuous cycle of, us coming to Yah, us being obedient for a short time, then we become stiff-hearted, stiff-necked, and then fall off. And it's just a constant issue of lack of obedience, And then when you deal with our people in this day and age, you see the exact same thing, literally to a T. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to get into is when it comes to obedience, and the obstacles to it. And we'll start with one of the first ones. Is a lot of people don't even realize that they're not obedient. You know what I'm saying? They are so entrenched and engaged, and this ain't just our people. And when I be saying our people, y'all, I be talking about black folks, okay? But what I'm saying is, you see it on us as a nation. These other nations, or races, or whatever you want to call it, I've been around and worked with them closely, with other races as a whole, and watched them closely. And they don't wrestle with this spirit like we do. They don't wrestle with it on that level. And even the Most High says if he came to another nation, they would have been gotten in line, gotten in order, and been obedient. But with us, it's not so. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the reasons why these other nations, like Chinese people, or like Indian people from India, or white people, you know what I'm saying? This is why they're able to have nations and cities and governments and all this stuff, because they are able to be obedient. They're not stiff-necked to the degree we are. They're not under these curses like us to the degree we are. Now they fixing to get dealt with once Israel truly comes together. But just understand that. So obstacles to obedience. One of the first ones is going to have to be awareness. Like if you don't even know, well, now it's literally a multi-level, is layers of not knowing. You don't even know that you don't know. You see what I'm saying? It's on that level. I'm gonna tell you, growing up, I always knew something was off. You know what I'm saying? About me and about us as a people. And then you're learning about the civil rights movement, and you're like, dude, there's something more to this. And I couldn't even tie it all together. The frustrations growing up, dealing with our people, like trying to interact with them. I've always had a spirit on me of teamwork, to want to do stuff. But then my struggles at work, in the military, and couldn't put it together of why I struggled through the military. Why I struggled with supervision and all that through the military, and getting promotions and all that. And it was I later found, of course, because I'm rock-headed, hard-headed, stiff-necked, stiff-hearted, but I couldn't figure it out. And towards the end of my military career, I was praying to God, like, what is this? Like, are you attacking me? What are you trying to get me to see? Like, that's what my prayers sounded like to him. And right near, I guess, maybe the last 2 or 3 years of my military career, he showed me, dude, you are hard-headed. You got, and he would use these other nations, like anything I tried to do, I'd get caught. You know what I'm saying? And it was just him dealing with me. But yes, as a nation, we are, we are disobedient, and there's obstacles to that. There are things that we're unaware of, but I'm gonna shed the light on that are obstacles that we don't acknowledge, that are causing us to be disobedient, but we don't see it as disobedience, because a lot of these obstacles that I'm gonna be naming, people identify with them and use them as excuses, but they don't see them as excuses. Okay, so let's get into some of them. And I got a whole 2-page list. It might be more, but mental chatter. A lot of us, when we commit to something, you got mental chatter going on. And I watch some people, man, I can hear that, because they got such a tight connection between their mouth and whatever is going on in their head, like whatever impulse pops up, they're talking, and I literally can hear and discern their thought process, and I can hear that mental chatter, and it's like there's so much noise going on up in there. It's hard for them to obey one voice when this other voice is so loud in their head. Okay, and see, here in Straightway, and down here in Straightway, Florida, we have I have an assignment. We have an assignment as an assembly. We have a vision of the direction we're going. It's clear, and it's clearly laid out. It's very simple, and people still wrestle with it. You know what I'm saying? And again, they don't know how to identify the signal from the noise. They get it mixed up. You know what I'm saying? They're used to going with noise. It's like an undisciplined mind, where, hey, I've always done this. I always kind of go with what I'm thinking, where with this, if everybody's going north, that's the direction we gotta go. We can't go northeast or west or northwest or nothing like that. It has to be this direction, and just clearly outlined in the word. Everybody was of one mind. You know what I'm saying? Had all things in common. We are a body, so we have to move as a body. If my left leg is wanting to go walk over to the left, and my right leg's wanting to go to the right, but the head is telling it to go straight, it's gonna be problems. You're gonna have muscular dystrophy, or I don't know what them diseases called, where you can't control your body and you got nervous system issue. You have stuff like that, and that is that's part of the foundational understanding that a lot of brothers and sisters need to have going into this, a teamwork mindset of, hey, you got to subjugate yourself to the head or to the body, and do what the body needs. That is a very simple analogy. You can't have a knee wanting to be a foot, or a knee like, well, I normally function as an elbow, but you're a knee. No. I bend. Does an elbow bend? Yeah. Well, I bend. Okay. I got two joints. Does an elbow have two joints? See, a knee is not talking to a head like that. A knee is not like, no, I'm a joint too. I got two joints and debating what it is. No, the knee does what's required, and it's, you know what I'm saying, and it's in its role and it's operating in that. You see what I'm saying? So we have to come in with that mindset, and this is why, leading into me coming in the straight way, I tried to do assemblies and do all this stuff before I came the straight way, but it was with people who didn't get this. You know what I'm saying? They had obstacles to their obedience, and one of the reasons of doing what we're doing here, living community wise, we live multiple families. We live in this one house here. You know what I'm saying? In a very close proximity and everything. And it's an iron sharpens iron situation. Okay. Where you get sharpened, where obstacles to your obedience get removed. They get identified and they get removed so that we can function as a more cohesive unit. You understand what I'm saying? So, but mental chatter, you know what I'm saying? Now, brothers here, like when you understand the vision, when you understand, hey, I need you to go do this, and you understand the importance of, like, we have brothers here that their job sometimes they have to get some. I had some brothers yesterday where I needed them to run to the store and grab some food we needed, and the food we needed, was very particular. That task might not have seemed like a big deal to most people. I watched the way these brothers executed on it, and you could tell they took it as like a major mission, and that's the right mindset to be in when you're executing a task. not oh yeah, I'll do it eventually. Oh yeah, I forgot, but no, we gotta, like, the way it works, when everybody sees that confident that we're gonna execute tasks with zero obstacles, and everybody's on mindset is aligned to that, man, you can do powerful things. Okay. And I'm not talking about this because I'm not saying it in that manner because it sounds good. It's we're doing it. What the fruit is being yielded, and the fruit that's being yielded is not out there in a public vision, public view yet, but it will be. And I'll let it be the testimony. I won't brag about it ahead of time and nothing like that. But I can tell you that major fruit is being yielded by brothers' obedience without obstacles. Okay. And again, so the first one we hit was mental chatter, all that stuff going on in your head. We're going to come back to that. Okay. Another one is emotions. A lot of people got different emotions, and we're going to further break that down because a lot of it basically ties into emotions. But emotions, whether it's anger, pride, um, uh, you know, selfishness, whatever it is, different emotions and feelings and stuff like that, will hinder your obedience. They will be an obstacle to you doing what you need to do. And when I say doing what you need to do, I'm talking about doing what the word says. Okay, doing what Yah's word says, dealing with your brother according to the way Yah's word says. Okay. People, places, and things. Again, we're going to further go in on that, on how that is really an obstacle to obedience, is these attachments to people. We're going to be doing a Bible study today, or not today. We do a Bible study on Shabbat. And one of the things I'm going to be talking about is how, we've been conditioned and been raised to identify and bond with people that are nice. Okay. They say nice things. They talk nice. They're nice. And, they never hurt our feelings. And we've been conditioned to bond with those types of people. And that's why a lot of people are in bad situations, because a lot of times those types of people are wolves and sinners and unrighteous people. Okay. And instead, we need to learn to form bonds with righteous people. People gonna say it like it is. People who do what they're asked to do. People who are selfless. People who exude biblical qualities. Not people who make our feelings feel good. And that's a major shift. And I'm gonna be hitting on that, among the saints here when we do our Bible study. So people, places, things, cognitive issues. And this kind of ties into mental chatter and some of the other issues, but cognitive issues. We run into that here, where, because we tell, like, brother Rob Mathis, he has a saying, there's no excuses, only excellent execution. He got all them sayings. I might have said that wrong, but a lot of times it's cognitive issues. People go, oh, I didn't know. Well, I thought with eyebrows. Here's where you always know it's a goddamn cognitive issues. The eyebrows have to be up here. You'll see the wrinkles in the forehead. Well, I thought we was gonna do I thought, the eyes always go big and the eyebrows come up. And then you already know cognitive issue. And when I tell those types that what that obstacle is, the way to kick that obstacle is become a I think brother, not a I thought brother. Okay. So think, and then you won't end up being in disobedience, because if you didn't get the task done, you didn't do what you were asked to do. Y'all, I'm telling you, this thing ain't complicated. It's just we've been conditioned to a way of thinking to where some of us have been conditioned to be disobedient. Okay. So cognitive issues. Well, I forgot. Well, I forgot to remember. Well, did you do what you were asked to do? No. Okay. So if you have a whole bunch of people come together to do a major thing, and everybody's having emotional issues, mental chatter. He didn't do it because of mental chatter. He didn't do it because of he and his feelings. He didn't do it because of people, places, and things. He didn't do it because of cognitive issues. You see what I'm saying? You ain't getting shit done. Shalom, Elder. Good to see you in there. Okay. Which brings us to the next one. Excuses. That's what? You got the my bad brother. That was me. The my bad brother. Oh yeah, my bad. My bad. So you got the mental chatter. He was hearing other voices. The emotional mug. He was angry. The people, places, and things. Well. She said. You got the cognitive. I didn't know. And then you got the excuses. My bad. Oh, my bad. Which will tie into the other ones. Okay. Money. That goes back to the people, places, and things. That's a thing. Money. Well, this was late. Or, I had to go do this. I had to go to work, or I had to do blah, 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 You see what I'm saying? But the task wasn't accomplished, We're going to I know y'all see the pattern for him. I'm getting ready to hit it. Other gods. Other gods. Again, these things, this stuff I laid out here can be categorized as idols, because what I'm talking about, disobedience, is obedience to Yah in his way. And you say, like, for instance, straight way, and what we're doing here, coming together as an assembly in the process of moving on land, getting on land, doing our thing, getting things in order, getting things lined up, really getting ready, making major moves where each piece matters, having all things in common, loving your brothers, you love yourself, all into this thing. There's a Bible verse. It says, servants, be obedient to your masters, even the froward, even the difficult ones, as Christ was obedient, and the people wrongly accused him. Matter of fact, let me read the scripture to you. So I'm not sitting here misquoting stuff, but all right, Bible verse. Okay, it says, it's 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 18. Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward. For this is thankworthy if a man for conscience toward Yah or God endure grief, suffering wrongfully. For what glory is it if when you be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently? But if when you do well and suffer for it, you take it patiently, this is acceptable with God. For even hereunto were you called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps. So, being this is being obedient, suffering, it eliminating the excuse, the word is there. So, in this environment where it's an iron sharpening iron environment, in here, you're going to grow spiritually according to the word. And a lot of people, oh yeah, praise Yah. Everybody like praise Yah till they get cut, and then it's like, oh, wait, hold on, instead of sit still, man up, and get cut, get sharpened, get sharp, desire to grow spiritually and to get to the next level. It can be uncomfortable, but it's also immensely beneficial and blessing and pleasing. And I can't give you all the words when you look at your spiritual development, your spiritual growth, and then how you can deal with situations and interact brothers, sisters out in the world and all that stuff like that with people out in the world, and know how to navigate it because you're growing spiritually. I mean, that's a whole show right there. Okay. Let's see. Money. So I said money, beliefs that are strongholds or God. So when you come into this, people are like, yeah, I love Yah, I'm committed to Yah. Okay. But then it says it doesn't say you will know them by what they say. It says you know them by their fruits. So when you look at the fruit and it's time to inconvenience yourself for Yah, you begin to see what people's gods are, how they are immensely rooted in idolatry, how they will put people, places, and things ahead of Yah. They'll put money ahead of Yah. They'll put people ahead of Yah. And they'll put mental chatter, emotions, cognitive issues, and excuses ahead of honoring their commitment and their obedience to the Most High Yah in his way. Y'all put a 100 in there if y'all understand what I'm saying, where I'm coming from. Okay? And then we're going to press. We're going to move forward. And we're going to get the meat off the bone. Okay? So, let me, y'all give me a second here. Make sure this is, all right, there we go. All right, so y'all get it. Y'all get it. All right, so check this out. So, more obstacles to obedience: weakness, timidity, being timid, really not willing to turn up and deal with that obstacle, and get after it, and then lastly, I put not in their heart, no belief. It's not in their heart. You got to get it in your heart. There's no belief. You got to get it in your heart. You know what I'm saying? So you really don't have a desire to serve Yah. You just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The way I deal with brothers and sisters out here, we've had a lot of people come and go, and they always come in, man, I love y'all, man, I'm all in for y'all. It's just me and y'all, and anything he want, and I'm in. I'm 100. Blah blah. I'm like, hey, that's cool. I hear what you're saying. But he's like, but I'm gonna be watching what you're doing. You know, I hear what you're saying, but I put no weight on talk. You know, because since I done been out here in Straightway, Florida, I done seen some brilliant orators. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Like brilliant people that could, you know, they could sell ice in Antarctica. Okay? I mean, yeah, they brilliant. Only as soon as eloquent, let's say eloquent orators, skilled with the use of this big ass mouth, just bow bow. And I watch them come and I watch them go, and I be like, and just learning, and the hair just keeps getting grayer. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, if they talking, don't listen. Bing, another gray hair pop in there. You know what I'm saying? Some more wisdom. I'm telling you, people talk, but that footwork. And I like the answer. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, so where you gonna do it? Oh well, why didn't you do it? Oh well, you know, weakness, timidity, heart not in it, people, places, things, you know. And that's all I be hearing. People be talking and they talk that works in the world. And me, I'm like Neo in the Matrix. Like I'm hearing weakness, timidity. Okay. Emotions, mental chatter. Oh, okay. Cognitive issues. Okay. That's cool. Okay, I got you. All right. Well, maybe next time, bro. And that's how I be. It's only about that action. You know what I'm saying? And the obstacles to obedience are many. But one of the main ones is a lot of people, man, they get into this, they see what this thing's really about, and they realize that, you know, they really don't love y'all like they thought. You know what I'm saying? That's why me coming in a straight way, I just kind of took the suggestion and shut the hell up and just sat back and watch like I'm doing there. Just watch and observe. I'm following the example too, but you know, it's another level. You know, if the Hebrew Israelite community, if like, okay, the brothers and sisters on community are like, let me give a good analogy because I want to put myself in there at a decent spot too. The brothers and sisters on community are like Dev Groove, like developmental group. Dev Groove is a tier 1 unit, a special forces unit, or you're supposed to call it special operations unit. So Dev Groove is a tier 1 unit. So like, where the Rangers, I think the Rangers are a tier 3 or a tier 2 unit, and the SEALs are like a tier 3 or tier 2 special operations unit. Dev Groove is a tier 1 unit. Another one is combat control and pararescue. They're tier 1. Who else has? The Marines have like MARSOC or something like that. So there's a bunch of tier 1 unit. Delta Force, they're a tier 1 unit. And the tier 1 units choose people from they take the best from the tier 2 and 3 units. Okay, so anyway, so if straightway, if the brothers and sisters on community, they're like a tier 1 unit. Okay, the home communities like us, we're like a tier 3 unit, tier 2 or 3 unit. The assemblies, so those are just the brothers and sisters who fellowship with straightway at the assemblies on the weekends, and stuff like that. But they're not living communally. They're like, the army and everything like that. The regular military force out there or whatever. And then the so-called Hebrew Israelite community is like the ROTC. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, y'all don't even do any real military campaigns at all. Y'all just wear your uniform to school once a week or something. You know what I'm saying? For a class. You know what I'm saying? And then, Christians and all that, I don't even know what they are. The Christians are the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts. Anyway. Oh, man. I don't know. I know I got all off track, y'all. I got all off track. But, yeah. So, but that's what it's about, man. Really, and it's a growing process. Like you're not. People have obstacles to their obedience. Okay, I do too. And being in an environment and like I'm in a holy, set apart environment, that means we function according to the word. We don't function according to this world. And living in a holy, set apart environment, it's going to expose a lot of this stuff quick to you, these obstacles to your obedience. Okay. And you can't just jump on to, you're not just going to jump. Most people aren't going to just jump into a community like that. Like there's a learning process. Like there's growth that has to happen. There's stuff that you don't know about yourself. There's hangups you got that just going to have to be shown to you by being living set apart, that you're going to have to be willing to engage and address. There's obstacles that you're going to have to be willing to engage and address. Okay. So, yeah, I want to put that out there. It ain't nothing you want to rush. These brothers and sisters here, we've been around each other for a couple of years. Hey, Chris. Who's that, Umbry?
Yep.
Hey, y'all getting ready to head out?
Yep.
All right, hold on. I'm almost there. So anyway, y'all, yeah, so Brother Ray, he put a good quote in there, comment in there. He said the obstacles to obedience are many, but the rewards of obedience are plenty. Yeah. They are even more. They're numerous. They're immeasurable. Okay. And like I said, you will know them by their fruit. Keep an eye out for Straightway, Florida. Keep an eye out for us and what we're doing. Been super busy getting ready for the feast days and all that. But keep an eye out for us and what we're doing, man. We getting ready to move full steam ahead. We not playing around. We not veering left. We ain't veering right. We getting after this thing. Yeah, somebody said MARSOC and Force Recon, Tier 1 Marine units. Yep, that's good. And I know Delta Force picks from all those, though. So, well, I think that's their tier 2 unit. MARSOC and Force Recon is the Marines tier 2 and 3 units. That's what it is. Don't worry. If I got that wrong, they're going to be on me. All right. Okay, so. But anyway, y'all, with that said, that is all I have. I'm going to wrap this up. Getting ready to press on with my plan of the day. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll be coming on here. Hold on one sec. Wow. I gotta get this thing off here. Hold on one sec. Let me get there. Yeah, I'll be coming on here. Oh wow. I'll be coming on here soon because I have let me see. This is yeah, I'll be coming on here soon because I'll be I got a show coming up about diet and about these prolamines in these grains and how you got to be careful about them. I'm not saying become a grain freak show or a grain Nazi, you know, but you really have to know what you're taking in, you know. So I'll be doing a show on that. I do not know when. It might be a week, or I don't know, man, because I'm pretty busy moving forward. We're getting packed and ready for these feast days. So, but anyway, y'all, that is all I have for now. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna wrap this up. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. And with that said, y'all, shalom, shalom. And I'm gonna read Julie's comment. She said, I truly needed that. Thank you and blessings to you and your home, brother. All right, shalom and blessings to you too. All right, shalom, shalom. Now.